Hi Jonathan. Saturday we turn our attentions to the William Hill Scottish Cup. It's against East Fife away. It's a big tie.
It's a big tie. We know it will be difficult. We've had East Fife watched a couple of times, so we know it's going to be a tough test up there. But it's always cup. It's always an opportunity. It's a fantastic, chance for every player to go there and get on a cup run and really showcase their talents. So it's a tie that I look forward to.
I think speaking to you before, you enjoy the magic of the Scottish Cup.
I do. I think the cup are always. I said there's always going to be, surprises. There's always going to be drama, and we had it in the last round, and we came through it, and I'm expecting a really tough test as well against that side that is top of their league, I know they're a league behind us, below us, but it's still, a team that on their day is a match for anybody in our league. So it's been a tough test, but something that we need to definitely be looking to get through.
Spoke about surprises, banana skins. It's a big deal to make sure Morton aren't the team who are the subject of that.
But it's all about how you approach the game and how you get on with the game. For me, it's more like the cup is more the magic of the cup is that there's always drama. You just need to make sure that you're focused, you're prepared for the game like any other game, and you approach it in the right way, and that's what we aim to do.
As we've seen in the last round, Peterhead, League 2, took it to a replay. You won 3-0 up there, but it shows cup ties can be so difficult.
Yeah, it's a difficult game. We played really well away from home, but these are teams that are gonna fight for their lives. They're gonna be set up difficult to beat, and it's something we need to deal with. Scouting them as well. I'm sure that they will play a little bit different against us that they do in the league. I never look at it in a negative, that this could happen and that could happen in a negative way. I look at it as a positive. I look at it as an opportunity, and I look at every player, as I said, is going to give their all to be in the hat in the next round.
Looking at it from a positive perspective, are you identifying a cup run as that important then?
It's always important for clubs like ourselves, smaller clubs. We are a smaller club in the grand scheme of things, and to get a cup run is great for the fans. It's great for the club in terms of financials. And it's great for the players in terms of showing what they can do. Putting themselves out there. So it's a fantastic opportunity for everybody involved in the club.
East Fife are third in League 1. You said you've had them watched?
Yes, we've watched them last couple of games. We've had people there, and also I've seen the footage. So I know the player types to expect. It's always a little bit different in cup ties against, like ourselves would do against the Premiership side. You always maybe set up a little bit different. But we've had them watched, and we prepare the same way as we prepare any Championship side we play against. So we know what we will expect, and we know about their pitch, about the home crowd, and about how up for it they are going to be.
Does that affect how you approach the game at all?
A little bit. I think with myself, I always look at tactics, formations, opponents. I always set up the way I think is going to give you 3 points in the league or get you through in the cup with the players I have available, and that's going to be the same no matter who we play. I think there's always opportunities against teams. There's always dangers with teams, and it's about putting up a formation, putting up a team, putting up players that can cope with this best, and what you think is going to hurt them, the opponents, the most, and that's what I'm looking to do again. So it's every opponent is a little bit different, but end of the day you have to get a formation with the players available for us that you think is going to do the job.
Have you had to pick the players up at all this week after last Saturday, and particularly maybe players like Kerr Waddell who had their own goal? How has it been in the reaction through the week?
It's been good. We've had a good week. We looked at the game, of course we analysed the game, we went through it, we talked about it, and fundamentally there was nothing wrong with the game. I felt that we lacked a little bit of quality when we won the ball back. We set out, again, were difficult to beat. I think we won the ball a lot in midfield. And we passed the ball okay in midfield, but we didn't have that killer touch, that little bit of pace in the final third that get that second goal, and that was disappointing. But they only had a couple of shots on target. I think we dealt with a lot really well. They had a lot of set plays. We dealt with them really well. And as you say, end of the day, for me, it was the 2 goals that was the difference. And they were both disappointing goals to lose. Both the first one, and of course especially the second one. It was 2 poor goals to lose. And I spoke to the players. I spoke to Kerr, and I said, look, these things happen in football. It's about professional sport. You're gonna get, things going against you, and they're gonna be put on social media nowadays, and you just have to deal with it, and you just have to come back stronger. And Kerr's done great for me in many games, and as a young player he's made some mistakes, and he made a mistake now, and he held his hand up, and we move forward for them.
I think he showed good bounce back ability the last time he had the red card against Inverness, and then he scores against Ross County as well.
It's a learning curve. It's development, and it's something as professional footballers and managers have to take. You have to, admit to your mistakes. You have to learn from them. You have to move on, and it's about strength of character as well, and confidence to get over these things, because they will happen more. It's a shame, but these things always happens at times.
In terms of transfer activity, any further forward in recruitment at all?
Yeah, we're further forward, but nothing done yet. I think with recruitment from day one, for me it has been the most important thing is the players you bring in is the right ones for Morton Football Club to improve the team, and not just bring in numbers of players just for the sake of bringing in players. I don't believe in that. I believe recruitment is important. The player types we're looking for. We've been progressing for a number of weeks now, and hopefully something will happen next week. I'm confident of that. It's also been the case of bringing players out, making the small squad smaller, bringing cash in, and I think we have generated a little bit of savings. So now I have a budget to go and get players, but I want them to be the right players for the team, and just certain areas I feel, I said before, we were lacking a little bit. With pace and with creativity a little bit, and with youth we have great experience in the squad. So now I'm looking to bring in the other stuff, but I also want to make sure that I have money left for the players I want to bring in, and not jump the gun and bring just players in to bring them in. And I'm 100% sure that the fans understand that, and I'm confident that there will be some business next week.
Am I right in saying you were quite close to getting some players and it maybe fell through at the last moment?
Yeah,
is that right?
It's been a few of those. The thing is as well, you compete with players that are available with other teams in the Championship and even Premiership, and unfortunately we can't really, there's a lot of clubs we can't compete with money, and we just have to accept that at this level. And you have to move on, but you always have a few targets that you are looking for, and some will fall through, some have fallen through, and we get on with it. We have other players in mind, and we're working on them. So it's probably always the case that you not always get what you want.
See, maybe next week then there won't be anything before East Fife on Saturday, no?
There could be, but with this close to the game, it would have to move forward quickly, as I said. But with, for example, long plays, it is it's almost like buying a house. When something happens, a lot of moves can happen before that. But say Premiership clubs are looking to bring in players before they can let players go out on loan, for example, and stuff like that. We have to take into consideration. And as I said, when we are a club that are a little bit lower down in the food chain, we sometimes these things take time.
Is it sometimes the case that clubs don't want to do too much until quite close to the end of the window? Is that?
I think a lot of managers like me, you don't want, you have a budget, you don't want to commit that budget too early on something that you think is not what the club needs. And I think I've been like that from the day one. I want to get the right players in with the right characteristics for the team, in the right positions for the team, and if I can do that, I'm ready to go with that budget.
Since we last spoke on camera, you have signed Dylan Dykes.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan made his debut as a substitute against Alloa last week.
He did. He's a player that we're looking for the longer term, longer future. We spoke about that when we came in, about trialists and about looking at recruitment from different angles, because there is hard competition, and for us we have to maybe look at players that has been released from other teams and are hungry and young, and Dylan will give us that. He's got great legs. He's good with the ball. He's can run with the ball, and he's strong as well. He's a big physical guy. So he's someone that fits the profile we were looking for.